Hello, I'm Joe Massad, and I'm excited to be here today to announce the new Massad edentulous tray, and called LT, which is basically low temperature, and the strong Massad implant impression tray, which is also called LT. I want to thank Nobilium for being able to make this possible, and I think it's very important that we understand why we went to an LT versus the HT. Take a look here. Now, in just hot water and in a specific temperature between 165 and 107 degrees Fahrenheit, these trays can be molded. They will become rubbery at this stage and have an extremely fast cool rate. So we don't want to actually harm and make a patient uncomfortable. So we want to be able to take it out of the water while it's rubbery, go right into the patient's mouth, mold it prior to the impression, and the cool rate is generally between 7 to 15 seconds. So you have to actually go with it rather quickly. So as you can see here, I'm going to take an edentulous tray. I'm going to put it in hot water, and this is between, once again, 165 and 170. It generally takes about 5 to 10 seconds, but go ahead and test it. When it's rubbery, it's ready. And as I take it out, within around 10 seconds, look how rubbery it is. Okay, now I'm going to demonstrate that for you right here. So if you'll take a look at this tray that I have, and this is an edentulous tray, and I have edentulous maxillary arch. Okay, you look in the mouth, it all looks pretty good. But I want to actually, heat this up and actually shape it more so that I'll have less adjustments to do. So just while we're here on camera, we've had about 5 seconds, and I will show you now how we're going to be able to take this out. So, and watch this. Now I've taken this tray out, and look how rubbery it is. Okay, it's just as rubbery as can be. If you got any little kids, you can make toys with these. So, but look, it's already stiffening. So that's important because there's an extremely fast cool rate, so we will not harm patients. So you need to follow the directions for use. These have really assisted me in having much less adjustments while we're doing the impression process. So we'll go on further. And while this is hot, as you see here, I'm going right into the patient's mouth. I use lip retractors, which is, I think, essential here. Have the patient just sucking a little bit and smiling. And then when we take the tray out, you will see that it is shaped to the patient's ridge. So let's say you even had a torus. Well, it would actually, compress and actually bend that rubbery part of the tray, so you'd have room to make an impression of that. And then your final impression hopefully will be very similar to this, where you have a very detailed final impression, and there aren't any really burn or pressure areas that have actually came up because the tray was slightly overextended. So I think that's one of the important things. When we do a mandibular arch, it's done the same way. We're going to put this in a controlled temperature water bath, okay, and put this in between, until it's rubbery. It's going to take 5 to 15 seconds, and then test it. You see how rubbery it is. Okay, why it's in the rubbery state, you go right into the patient's mouth. Okay, I have lip retractors. Have the patient do what? They're going to actually pooch a little bit and smile, just to kind of, shape this, especially in the retromylohide and the mylohide area. We have sometimes overextensions here. And then we take it out and take a look. The tray is shaped with the mouth. You can even slightly see a little S shape in the mylohide, retromylohide space here. So we want to get a tray that's close enough to where we can do minimum adjustments. And once again, our definitive impression has no actual rubbing or burn areas through, which I think, once again, is going to save us a lot of time. Now, understand also that we're trying to save money here. The polyvinyl siloxanes, which are generally one of the most popular used impression materials, they are not inexpensive. So why would we use a larger tray of waste material? We can actually use a smaller tray and shape it versus a larger tray and have to waste material. So let's take a look now at the next one. This is the what? This is the implant or dentate immediate denture, called the Demplant tray. And look how mobile this is. Now, if you take a look here, I'm going to show you some different examples. What does this do? So if you look here, I have a model of natural dentition. We have a small tray. So these come in small, medium, and large. I will heat this and shape this. I can do this on the mandibular arch. And you know, these many times are much more difficult because of the configuration of the arch. And how about the implant patient? I think this is really, you know, exciting, important. You can see right through the tray, so you can actually see where you want to put the tray. You see where those implants are right there? Okay, so you got the implants right there. If you want to do an open or a close or a combination open close, you'll know exactly where to cut the little holes. But I would go ahead and, you know, heat mold this in the mouth. Or you may have a larger, you know, mouth here. As you see on this patient, once again, we have 6 closed, you know, impression copings here. And I'm going to use a larger tray, but I don't want to overpower the mouth, so I will put this in, shape this, reduce the inside real estate on the inside so we don't have as many acres in there of space, and it'll be much, much easier for us to go ahead and shape this. So let's go ahead and now place this in a patient who has 6 implants on the upper. And I can take a look, I can size it and make sure it's centered between the implants, have the patient do a little sucking, smiling, and if you take a look now, when we take this out, it's shaped. So it's now shaped around the vestibular border, it's shaped around the implants. And hopefully you'll have a final impression like this. And these were 6 closed tray impression copings, and we were able to center those, which I think is important, center them between the trays so you have impression material on both sides. Now let's take a look at a lower. Okay, look how rubbery this is within 5 to 10 seconds or 15 seconds in the hot water bath. We go in, we shape it on a lower, and you see it now conforms, and we make our impression, and hopefully we're going to save a little bit of money by doing this, and I think that's extremely important. We want accuracy, but we don't want to have to waste impression material, and I think that's extremely important. I'm going to thank Nobilium for being able to now provide this for us, and if you want to contact them, please do so, or any one of your dealers. And this is the Massad edentulous impression tray and the strong Massad Dimplant impression tray, and they are now available at your dealers. And thank you so much.